everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm author ER Reading, and today for you I have a very fun video that I do once every quarter, and that is resetting my Kanban board. Alright, if you're new here, please subscribe. I'd love to have you in this community. I do author videos or reader videos every week, so stay tuned. This week I'm doing my Kanban board reset, which means that I take a look at all my goals from the quarter using the HB90 system and HB90 planner, and I reset my board for the next quarter, which is 3 months of the year. This is the last quarter in 2022, so this is Q4, and I'm super excited for this quarter. I've set lots of fun goals, and I'm very excited to show you how they're different and how I'm improving my routine and system. Also for this quarter, I will be recreating my Kanban board. My old one is quite worn and needs to be replaced, so I will be cutting up my new Kanban board and making it for you here in this video as well. To start off, I'm just gonna talk you through my goals for last quarter and what I actually got accomplished. Okay, so these are my goals that I made for Q3. So this top goal is always my writing goal, and this quarter I had decided to format, publish, and promote Soul Chaser, choosing to focus on the joys of writing and connection with readers. Now, I did set an income goal. This completely changed for me throughout the quarter, and I'm going to kind of dive into why. So a couple reasons why I couldn't publish Soul Chaser this quarter. One of them was edits, which was a huge deal. I've had way more edits than I was expecting, and between me, my beta readers, and my editor, it's just taking a little bit longer of a process than I was hoping. So it has been pushed back, but I'll talk about that more in a minute when I review my goals and for the next quarter. During this quarter, however, I was able to do drafting and work on the sequel to Soul Chaser, which definitely helps me stay in the world, even though I wasn't always working on Soul Chaser the manuscript. Exciting, however, I did manage to release my cover for Soul Chaser and my release date, so definitely go check those out. If you haven't seen my previous video, again, link will be in description below. So the second goal was to increase my knowledge in many areas of interest, namely ASL, dance, writing, hobbies, and other things. Increase physical health through healthy habits, food, water, and exercise. Essentially, this was the most underplanned goal that I created. I did write a bunch of sticky notes, I had things put out, however, I didn't plan forward my meal plan or what exercises I wanted to do or things like that. That just like little things that ended up making this goal a little less insignificant than it could have been if I had planned properly. However, that's how we learn and that's how we grow with our goals. So this quarter I've made some changes and I hope that they have a better impact. The third goal is using healing practices and tasks to heal trauma and lessen anxiety. This will be measured by a daily anxiety score of 3, 2, or 1. So this goal actually was really important to me this quarter, and it was probably my most successful goal. I will show you here on the board. Everything was moved down, and I'll go more over that in just a minute, but this really did have an effect on how my mental health was, and everything in here really did help. I, however, didn't use this anxiety score that I was planning to use. I never set it up, never did anything with that, but my anxiety did lessen throughout the quarter, and I felt that, and I recorded some things about my journal. This goal was definitely the most successful. I didn't, however, this quarter plan outcome goals. And when I did, I obviously didn't follow through with those outcome goals, but I'm going to take a look at the Kanban board and we'll talk about that. So if we actually take a look at my Kanban boards, you'll see that I completed everything except for these 3 sticky notes here, and I'm actually going to talk about how this quarter felt successful and how it didn't, even though this might reflect saying that I did an amazing quarter. So I actually took off a whole bunch of sticky notes for this quarter that didn't end up being relevant or weren't going to happen until for future quarters, and I just took them off, or I threw incomplete ones or ones that I would never finish into the garbage just straight off so that I didn't feel stressed about them. And so the result is, yes, I did get a lot done. However, some things were just taken off completely, so every sticky note that I put on here didn't get completed, but I am really proud of the things that I did complete, particularly in this section and this set of sticky notes right here. Now these 3 sticky notes, this one I'm in the process of doing between my editor and me and all that stuff. We are giving beta readers the document this week, so I'm doing that in a process. If you'd like to know more about my beta reader experience, then I will make a video about that. Just comment down below. This A5 setup I'm also filming today, and this new Kanban board I am setting up today. So these 2 will get done. This one's just currently in progress. But as you can see, I do have like pen and stuff on this Kanban board, so it definitely needs to be replaced. And this board was completely cleared. I don't think I took anything off of this board. I'm really proud. This section did really well, and I'm really happy with it. So outcome goals are really important, and in the planner it does highlight that you should create outcome goals to know if you're going in the right direction with the tasks that you did that quarter, or if they were just not aligning, not improving anything. But at the beginning of Q3 I was feeling really overwhelmed, and I didn't feel like I could take on those numbers, so I didn't put any outcome goals like the number of followers I wanted, or anything to do with increase in social media, or even following through with my anxiety scale or things like that. I just wasn't able to function that way this quarter, and this next quarter, however, I have set up some outcome goals, and I'm very excited to share them with you. I did get inspired by Sarah, who created the HB90 planner, and I'm super excited to dive into my new goals, so let's get started. Alright, so in my planner, I set up this quarter Q4 goals, and I'm going to go over them with you. So this first goal is always my writing goal, and this quarter I rephrased it to something I've never phrased it before, but I'm really happy with the wording. So it says, build a healthy and joyful writing process. Format and promote Soul Chaser. Complete the first draft of, you know this is Project Angel, so that's what we're going to keep it as for now. I think I'm going to announce the title of this next quarter, so be aware that that is the sequel to Soul Chaser that I'm working on drafting. And I need to write, because it's in me and I need to write this book. I need to format my book. To me, it just feels like it needs to be at this point in time that I need to write. So the outcome goal I'm going to talk about is a point system. Now I'm going to turn the camera on and talk about this for a minute. So this point system, I actually got the idea from Sarah Cannon, who makes the HB90 planner. I love her channel. I will link it down below, but in her recent Kanban board video, she talked about sweetie points and how she assigned points to certain tasks like meditation or getting up on time or things like that. And she set a certain amount of points that she thinks she needs to complete in this quarter, and she estimated it out, did all the math, like meditating is worth 1 point or 2 points or however many points you decide for your system, and then you get to assign, say, 50 cents to a point, and then once you've built up enough money, then you can buy more planner stuff, or that candy you really wanted, or things like that. Reward yourself through these point systems. So I've adapted this point system into something that will work for me, and I'm using this for every goal. Now, she only used it for her third goal, her mental health goal. However, I'm doing it for every goal. I've assigned points to every task that I'm anticipating to complete this quarter, and that means that I've also estimated an amount of points that I think I will accumulate over the quarter, and I will be tracking them in a notebook or a planner. I haven't really found out which one I'm going to use yet. I think I have an idea of which one I want to use, but I'm not 100% sure on it, and I will be tracking that throughout the quarter and making sure that I stay on track, and I actually have an outcome goal this quarter. So my outcome goal is to earn 100, 150, or 178, sorry I messed up when I was originally doing it, points for goal 1. Now, I have a 1.5 goal, which is my marketing and media goal, and I've assigned points to this one as well, so 100, 115, or 136 points total for this goal this quarter. So my second goal is create healthy physical habits to reduce stress, and I've put 200, 240, or 271, kind of tapered off there, for the points system. And this one is I'm excited to heal and grow. This has a lot to do with walking, yoga, stretching, dance, things that are just really physical and help me with my mental state as well as physical. The third goal is establish good routines and habits to improve mental health, spark my creativity and joy through hobbies and energizing tasks to earn a total of 400, 444, or 488 points. I want that joyful spark again for my writing, for my life, just that joyful spark through everything. So this goal is mental health, this one's physical, and this one's my writing goal. And I've actually changed up the color system for this quarter, and I'm going to show you those sticky notes now. So I took several hours and I created my sticky notes. Now this always takes me quite a bit of time to complete for the process, but I'm just going to go over the colors and which ones are going to be where. So my goal 1, my writing goal, is going to be blue, and then my goal 2 is going to be green. You can't really tell, but it's like this seafoam color. It's not showing up well on the camera, but it's really nice seafoam color. I'm wondering if you can, yeah, you can see it a little bit better in the planner. The third goal is this purplish pink color, and the fourth goal, which is my 1.5 goal, is yellow. So as you can see, I've set out all of these sticky notes. My major color was this purplish pink color. I have the most tasks in that color, and then it's the writing, physical, and then the second Kanban board. So I will not be publishing a book this quarter. However, I will be doing all the groundwork, and I will be setting up pre-orders this quarter for my novel Soul Chaser. So if you don't follow me over on my Instagram, do that and you will get more frequent updates than here on YouTube. Alright, so now that we've looked at my board, my goals, my sticky notes, everything, I'm going to reset the board, which means I'm going to take off all my sticky notes. I'm going to change my boards out and put the new boards on, and I'm going to put the new sticky notes all up on the board. So these are the boards I'm going to use. I just got these from the dollar store. They're like foam boards, but I think they'll work better than the paper, and I'm going to do it a little bit differently than I had originally planned, but I think this will work better now that I've seen them in the space. Alright, so these are the new boards. I just used some washi again to separate them. This washi I got at Michael's, and I made the sections quite large. I did make this top section, and I tried to make the bottom and top sections bigger than the middle section. This one ended up being a little lopsided, but removing the tape sideways just like ruins the board, so I'm gonna have to leave it that way. Now it's time to reset them. So this is it reset, as you can see. Oh, sorry, my lighting really is bad in this hole. This is definitely the largest amount of sticky notes. This one's definitely the fewest, and this one definitely has a lot. Now, I'm really happy with the amount of space I have. I mean, this one's definitely a little bit overflowing, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm gonna move my to-dos down in just a minute, but this is my Kanban board reset. Alright, so these are all the sticky notes I'll put up. I'm gonna move the week ones down into the doing because it is already Monday and technically the start of Q4 is today. However, I didn't get around to doing this reset until today, so I'm gonna move all those sticky notes down in a minute, but I'm gonna tell you about why I'm enjoying these Kanban boards. So because these boards are like the foam with the glossy cover, they are really, really nice for sticky notes. They've been sticking really well immediately. They were almost too hot, like too sticky, if that makes sense, because they just like stick right to the board, and then like pulling them off bends them and stuff. So I'm really happy that it's sticking up there. And I really, really love this color scheme of sticky notes, of the board. It's really pleasing to look at. Vibrant previous sticky notes that I've been using. I'm really excited for this color, this palette, and I did end up actually re-cleaning a bunch of the stuff in my desk, and I cleared out a bunch of stuff at the bottom so that it's a little bit more of a clean space, free to be creative in that space. And I'm really excited for this quarter, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you love quarterly planning or you just love planning in general, let me know in the comments down below. I am super excited about this quarter, and I will see you guys very soon in another video. Bye!